How incredible is that?
It's been a while. Dana and I have been all over the place in our, well, you can see it in the background there. Well, you can't see it, but you can. The Casita is right behind me. Unfortunately, this is not a fair, or this is an outdoor project, but I'm shooting this indoors because typical Oregon weather, Pacific Northwest, what are you going to do? We're dealing with, obviously, rain here. So we just got back. We've been to 6 national parks already in the time you haven't seen me. And there's been a little bit of breakage and some repair. I'm not super good at doing how-to DIY videos because I don't really recommend doing everything I do it exactly the way, and I'm not an expert. However, we were having furnace issues. Long story short, it was an electrical deal. I rewired the furnace. I put it on a test bench, got it to fire. But it is fed by propane, which I wanted to double check some propane fittings because on the front of the trailer, like many travel trailers, Casita's no different, there is I think they're 20-pound propane bottles, and they are joined together by a regulator. Dana and I had been at a camp out at Quartzsite, Arizona with a bunch of other fiberglass trailer owners, and one of the topics of conversation was kind of low propane flow, things like that, and what might cause that. And one of the things that was brought up was if you have a 20-plus-year-old trailer, that these, propane hoses can degrade from the inside out. The propane will eat away the propane hose, and then they'll get cracked, and you'll see stuff on the outside, but they can disintegrate on the inside as well. So as I was performing maintenance, I removed a couple hoses. Well, then flash forward a few days, of course, the furnace is fixed. I can't get the hoses, and what am I to do? So what I did do is I reinstalled the old hoses so I could test it. Well, whenever you reinstall propane or any kind of pressurized fitting, it's kind of a common knowledge thing, but you want to spray it with a little soapy water to see if there's bubbles. See, it's cold out here. Anyway, you want to spray it down with some, in my case, Simple Green. And that's what I did, and that's what I'll show you now. And so what I thought were bad hoses potentially was worse. And I don't really think that there was like an explosion danger, although in the right circumstances on your RV, yeah, absolutely. We have a soft cover on ours, so I mean the tanks and the regulator are covered, but propane is heavier than air, and it's open on the bottom. So I don't think there was necessarily a fire danger. However, it was unsettling when I took my spray bottle and I'm spraying all the fittings on the propane hoses, no bubbles, and then all of a sudden, off the top of, obviously the spray is going kind of around, on the top of the regulator, it's fizzing like a soda pop. So that got me to thinking, rather than trying to buy my hoses locally, which I was unable to do, I ordered on Amazon an entire new unit. And I haven't looked at this, it's barely open. I pulled the don't expect in-depth directions with these, and I'm not going to, this video is not a how to install a propane regulator, kind of is, but it's fairly simple and straightforward. So this one came with 2 of the hoses already attached. So what we got here is this guy, that guy. So it's my understanding that I think you can switch to, this would point at whichever tank you want, and it's showing red in the window, which is pretty common in propane regulators. Excuse me. Sorry, it's springtime. So anywho, that's showing red in the window, meaning that there's nothing hooked up. This regulator appears to be very similar to my old regulator, a little different. This valve's a little different. However, these things, if you go to buy them at my local Buy Mart or whatever store, it is like 18 bucks a piece, 18 or 19 a piece for just this little 1-footer propane hose. This whole thing was $36 with the 2 hoses. So my hope is that she works well, but I'm going to install this. But first, I want to show you guys, I guess it would have been spliced into the video already, but what we're dealing with outside. So hang with me. And welcome back. I love making videos. I've been lazy, been on the road, so we'll see. Anywho, I'll be right back. We are going to crack these guys open. And if you'll notice, right here on there, it's going to turn green, which is kind of a little window. Oh, see, she popped. Now, the scary part that I'm describing so ineffectively, let's do that. How about that? And as you can see, those little bubbles start to bubble. Let's just take a look at what we got. So at the other end of this hose, because I've taken it off before, this little part rotates. Well, that's not the case at this end. So what I basically need to do is rotate the whole assembly on this end of the hose. So it's a little wonky. You can see I put fresh tape on there days ago to no avail. Or to great avail. It worked just fine. Now we're going to put the new guy on there. Just Jim Dandy, if I can get that thing from stop grabbing me. There we go. There we go. The snake, it would have bit me. It was right here all along. Oops. Okay. So this little guy will leave just like that, and that appears to be, and I did not pre-size this, so I could have easily struck out on this deal. And my Teflon tape seems to be unwinding. Hopefully some got in there. All right, we'll do that. Well, I guess we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I think there's a bit in there yet. See, I'm trying not to twist the hose. I'm twisting the actual valve. And that's pretty finger tight. So now, what we'll do is we have to get her onto this arrangement.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring.
I wonder if I can use this mount to mount the new regulator. I'm gonna have to go check that out. This is what we're looking at now. Disregard my dirty fingerprints. I did wipe the tanks down a little bit. They're just gonna get dirty again. But if you can see back there off that main post right here, I actually reused the old mount, so that may be something to note when you mount yours up. But she's all fastened down, as good as she's ever been, and I think we're going to call that a win. So again, more more marginal content from here in the Pacific Northwest. You guys have a great day. Bye. But anywho, I appreciate you watching. Again, this is, in this case, not dangerous. However, we were wasting propane, and if this was in an enclosure and there was a spark, that's what you kind of need, is a combustion chamber to really set off an explosion. Obviously, you need a flammable substance, which propane is. You need air. You need the spark, all that stuff. So it's a long shot. This probably would have never blown up. However, it's just not a safe, healthy type situation. So I would advocate checking these. I certainly will keep more of an eye on it. I don't think this thing's, well, I'm not going to try to rebuild it. It's too cheap to buy a new one. Again, $30, I replaced this entire deal. So that'd be my advice, would be to replace this. Anywho, I'm going to keep farting around, maybe throw this together. I appreciate you tuning in if you have. Obviously, I'm not posting a ton right now, but as my my multiple memory cards that are full would indicate, I've shot a lot of stuff. We'll see if I can put that together, but stick around. There'll be more marginal, harebrained, irrational stuff to come, I'm sure. So have a great day. I look forward to making some more videos. We'll see you soon. Bye. Oh my gosh. Check this out. This is this is crazy. Southern Utah might be one of my favorite places. It is like a movie set. I don't even know if you can see the cliffs. A little bit of a wind report. I'm videoing. Put your clothes on. I had to record.
You had to record?
Yep. We're at DEF CON 5 here with Xena. There's snacks going on and wind. Alright, I'll turn this off until we get some good sustained wind.